glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and rule and teach well. Peace of salutation to the elect, 144 first fruit. All right, so you see on my screen, this is back during the Super Bowl, that whack-ass game. But it says Trump says he is serious about Canada becoming the 51st state in the Super Bowl interview. Now, a lot of people be thinking this dude right here be trolling, but he's the new Caesar of this modern day Rome, and he's not trolling. Okay, as you can see, and a lot of us, if you go onto your Google Maps, not mine yet, but I know I've seen a few other bros. If you go onto your Google Map or whatever you want to call it, well, nope, yeah, if you go onto your Google Map right now, it's no longer Gulf of Mexico. It literally says Gulf of America now. So a lot of people thought he was trolling when he said he was going to take back the name of Gulf of Mexico, which he actually did. It's called Gulf of America. Okay. And what makes you think he's not serious about taking Canada? Because it's not going to be just a simple transition. It could be an invasion that he does to Canada, to make it the 51st state. The white man's whole agenda is to ultimately expand and take territory. I can see him even being like, you know what? You Mexicans want to be in America so bad, I'll make y'all the 52nd state and make Mexico the 52nd state. He wants to rule all of North America. Okay? He wants to rule all of North America. All right? And make everything American. That's all a part of his agenda, making America great again. Now, what makes this interesting to me, that he wants Canada as the 51st state, because also too, there's plenty of topics, but also too, he's attacking the Panama Canal as well. He's attacking the Panama Canal as well. But what makes this all interesting is the fact that in history, certain things like this have been conducted before, and it all ended up in a state of conflict. So with that being said, I had Google searched the annexation of Austria. And Austria was annexed by Adolf Hitler of the N-word Germany clan. So it says on March 12th, 1938, when the N-word, y'all can read it there, Germany invaded and incorporated Austria into the German Reich, if I'm saying that right. Now, the two words that the one word is invaded. No country is going to bow down to another country without some type of get back. But of course, when Hitler was on his rise to power, it wasn't a lot of opposition towards him. So let's keep reading. It says, with German troops entering the country with little opposition and gaining support from a large portion of Austrian population. Why did Hitler gain large portion of Austrian support? Because Hitler was Austrian, which most people don't understand. Hitler was not German. He was actually Austrian. Okay? He just ruled Germany. This kind of reminds me of the same thing. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and go to 2 Chronicles really quickly. It reminds me of this. It says 2 Chronicles 36:5, and Joachim was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and he did which was evil in the sight of the Lord his power. It says, against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. So the Babylonians are the Chaldeans, okay? Nebuchadnezzar was not a Chaldean. He was actually an Assyrian, and he had a campaign to take down the Egyptians and the Assyrians. So not every ruler is actually that of that people, if I'm making sense. Let me bring up another example. Let's go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter. It says, Matthew 2:1, it says, now when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judah in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east of Jerusalem. Okay, well, I mentioned Herod the king. When you look up Herod the king, who is he the king of? He was the king of Jerusalem or Judea during that point. He was a whole Edomite. He wasn't no Israelite. He wasn't no Israelite. He was set up by Mark Antony, who Mark Antony was a part of the Second Triumvirate. Okay, but he wasn't an Israelite. So it goes in the same things here. You know, I could very well see the 51st state becoming Canada, or Canada becoming the 51st state, and a non-Canadian is going to rule over it. In this sense, an American. Let me bring out one more scripture. Hope I'm going to the right thing. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Now, I just brought out like 4 examples of someone ruling another country and not being from that country. And that's pretty much mainly how it's always been. You know, these dirty ass Americans came over here from Britain and started ruling what they call now America, when really it was actually ruled by our people, Gad and Reuben and Issachar. And they just took it over. But this is not their land. We'll come up with that dumb song, this is my land, this is your land, whatever. You know, because they're devils. All right. So let's get back to just the point at hand. There's no new thing under the sun. What Trump is doing here is exactly what Hitler did in 1938 when he annexed Austria, which ultimately, let's keep reading, this event is considered a key step towards the outbreak of World War II. I'm not saying that Canada being annexed is going to pop off a war, because let's just be quite frank. Who gives a shit about Canada? That's why when they say these things, or when he said this, I haven't seen any other country being like, no, no, no. I haven't. And for Canada, it would behoove them to just go ahead and join and become Americans, because they need the assistance. I'm not for anybody. I'm just looking at things from the outside looking in. Like that 50 Cent song, Window Shop. I'm just window shopping. I'm just window shopping. Okay? And this is just from my perspective of what I believe may not happen. Who knows? You know, just making a hypothesis, and how really it could be logical and how much sense it could make. Trump already made the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America that easy. Why hasn't any other president, he's the 47th president, I want to say, how come the 46 other presidents didn't think to do that? But he did. You know, so it says President Donald Trump said he is serious about wanting Canada to become the 51st state. In an interview, he says, yeah, it is, Trump told Fox News. It says, it is a real thing. He says, I think Canada would be much better off being the 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada. And I'm not going to let that happen. See, Trump is a money man. He's a businessman. And you need a businessman to run America, because that's what America is. It's just a business. It's a big ass LLC. United States LLC. Says, why are we paying $200 billion a year initially, a subsidy to Canada? He's like, well, yeah, might as well take him in and save that $200 billion. That's why he's been doing this tariffs against Canada, and Canada's proud ass think they could tariff America back, not thinking America can, one, wipe you off the face of the planet, two, do what Trump is doing right now. He's like, bro, I can buy you. I can literally buy you. So once I buy you, I don't have to spend $200 billion. You're just America now. You know, which will up the GDP of America, which goes along with the scriptures in Revelation the 18th chapter when ultimately it gets destroyed. But while you read that chapter about America being destroyed, it talks about the merchants got rich off of it because it's the #1 GDP. It is. It's the #1 consuming country. It may be the #1 producing country as well, man. You know? You could look it up. You could fact check me if you want. Matter of fact, let's just fact check myself right now. Let's do top 10 GDP countries 2024. But why don't you look at that? United States, #1. Right there. You can fact check me all you want. But the proof is in the pudding. Okay? You got these Temanites right here, which I'm going to do a lesson on Germany, man. We don't get on Temanites enough. They've wreaked a lot of havoc. Okay? When it comes to all this technology and things of that nature, it's the Temanites doing this. I believe Trump is a Temanite. I believe Elon Musk is a Temanite. Okay? When you go into the Manhattan Project, you look at Robert Oppenheimer. He was a Temanite. His family was from Germany. Albert Einstein, a part of that same project. He was a German. I don't care, they were born. No, they weren't. Go watch the movie. It was a big thing to see if he was a fucking American or a German in the first place. Alright? So, let me get one more precept, because if Canada is going to be the 51st state, that means an invasion can happen. I doubt it will. I think Canada would just bow down because they understand the muscles America has. But even if there is, I'm just applying this precept because it says one word that I want. Habakkuk 3:16, it says, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh upon the people, he will invade them with troops. All right, Canada. I brought it out. I didn't read it, but I did bring out the chapter. 2 Chronicles 36th chapter. An invasion happened. We don't need to go to the book of Maccabees. An invasion happened. I brought it out. Screw it. I brought it out in Matthew the 2nd chapter. An invasion happened in Matthew the 2nd chapter. Every newborn under 2 years old was killed. 2 and under. That's an invasion of property. I read it in Ecclesiastes the 1st chapter. There's no new thing. Invasions will always happen. All right. Canada being the 51st state is kind of along the lines of Austria being annexed. All right, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Till the next time, I say shalom, and like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than when me and you believe. All right, shalom.